Today, Katya Gorina made Natalia Mikhailovna cry, and it's been going on for ages. How much longer will Katya Gorina keep bothering her grandma? Let Andrei Anatolievich Cherkasov tell us. Friends,
hello friends! Today is Knowledge Day here. Everyone went to school, so you all look so nice and dressed up. And even I resemble a very handsome and modest history teacher. Today we will delve into our stories together. One of these stories is about respecting elders. That's likely the topic of our first lesson. Katya, let's sort out what's happening with your grandma. You disappeared for a day, I remind you. Everyone was looking for you. We were looking for you. Your grandmother was looking for you, worried. We found you. Thank God you're back. You're with us. However, this morning, your grandmother happened to be in the way. She somehow messed up your eggs. Because of that, you scolded her and things escalated.
But I was wrong. I'll repeat. I lost my temper. Well, I didn't insult her in any way, nothing. I just...
Katya, you shouldn't have insulted her.
No, well, I just said I wouldn't insult her, and I promised her I didn't do it. I just said there was a harsh tone. She started crying. I told her, I said, well, whatever happens, tears start. Whatever happens. Well, there you go. Tears start. And of course, I was already on edge later. Now we're going to discuss again that I made my grandmother cry.
When a loved one cries, people usually approach, hug, and comfort them, but your grandmother's tears irritate you.
No, they don't irritate me. It's not that they irritate me. It's just that I think it's completely out of place. Well, even if I raised my voice a bit, why cry? I mean, I don't understand.
Or do you think those tears are fake? Well, Grandma, let's say, wants sympathy.
It seems to me that the emotions are too exaggerated, because today it seemed to me that, judging by the context, what happened in the kitchen, crying was somehow not very appropriate.
Did you ask?
Grandma, why are you crying? She says it hurts and it's unpleasant. It hurts and it's unpleasant, she says. I've accumulated and accumulated, so emotions and feelings have built up.
Well, Grandma worried for a whole day about you for a day. Then she got in your way. She was winding herself up.
Grandma was generally aware beforehand, before all the guys. I informed her first, even consulted with her. She told me it was a good idea to make up with the girl, to agree on something with her. She supported me. Then, as it were, I left the perimeter. She listened to you. She changed her mind instantly. And then I sit and look at her and think, why are you telling me this if you supported me?
Katya, do you have many close people in your life?
A school friend.
Okay.
The closest grandmother and brother.
If someone dear to me cries or gets upset, and it's partly my fault, I'd feel ashamed.
And I have my own view on this, too.
I want to understand why these relationships are like this.
It seemed to me from the outside that she really wanted a lot of support already from the outside, because there's still some tension inside from time to time. I sort of tell her that we have such boundaries, as if she desires authority, like any other grandmother, like in other families. She tries to intrude into this territory, and she doesn't see full feedback. It upsets her, if I understand correctly. Do you understand what I'm talking about?
Well, you generally say that Grandma wants such authority as in any other families, right? Well, yes. And you then, not like in other families.
Otherwise, definitely.
Why is that?
We didn't live together for a long time, and I didn't ask her for advice for a long time. I made decisions myself. I am self-sufficient. And for me, as if it's even unusual when someone tries to educate me, to tell me how to live. I think, well, I went on my own, and now it's not the right time.
Natalia Mikhailovna, there exists a situation where you feel a sense of fear or apprehension about speaking to your granddaughter, reaching out to her, saying something, because you're afraid of her reaction. Whatever you say, you're afraid of getting a backlash.
Well, basically, yes, you have to think. But the situation is such that I knew Katya would leave. I simply did not anticipate that she would not return on that particular day. Naturally, this is something that accumulates over time. Plus, there are some remarks. I feel upset for her, that she is almost like a subordinate to Katya's Skalon. I mean, I'm upset for my granddaughter because I don't consider her any less than Katya. Further, the fact that I cry, well, it's just cumulative. It builds up. I can't act. I can't cry just like that. It's natural. It accumulated, and even the slightest thing I mean, the frying pan is not the actual reason, in theory, for which one should cry. I could have taken the frying pan, I had the thought, and just thrown everything into the trash. That's what I thought. Well, what did I do? I brought another big load into the room so that Katya could sometimes relieve her stress. There's a teddy bear there.
Katya or you?
Katya, well, if I suddenly also have... no,
You have
I don't
such
have...
wonderful relationships that you have a teddy bear for hitting.
No, so she could somehow vent because she's upset because, in
Yes, she's
other words,
independent.
but I observe when she's on House of Love, I see her calmly. When she flew to Bali, I'm already uneasy. These are my feelings. She can't feel them because I'm the one experiencing the
Just today,
worries.
you heard Katya said that you don't.
Well, how can I not love my granddaughter who... They're my family.
You
They-
love.
Well,
Okay. She grew up with this feeling then.
probably. We're trying to do something here with your
When I
help.
tell Katya that grandma's crying and you need to go hug her, and when your granddaughter says that I don't feel your love and don't believe that, you love me, don't you also want to hug your granddaughter at that moment and say, my dear daughter, you're everything to me? And she...
I embraced her later. We resolved this conflict.
Can you, as an adult, as a wise person, from the height of your years, tell us what is the reason for your complicated relationship with Katya?
I think there are some moments with Katya. Well, in my understanding, there may be some resentments. Katya will become a mother and grandmother herself. She will understand and feel all this, and she will surely understand that at some point she was wrong, but that will be later because she can't feel what she feels. No,
Why is she doing wrong? If you listen to Katya, how many years you say you haven't communicated for a long time? 10.
This is the time of communication. It's actually not true. Even if I left, let's say I really left in broadcasts. But I was maybe even 10 years old, not to lie. Even when I was at home, we had tense relationships. I was always a bit distant. And that's true. I mean, in general, my grandmother showed an interest in my development of some sort. She really, I remember, took me to various solfeggio, to some English classes. So she wanted to contribute to my upbringing. But there was never any closeness between us. But there was never any intimacy between us.
What's next for us? What have you come to? Did you ask each other for forgiveness? Will you work on the mistakes, or are you going with the flow?
I think working on mistakes from my side, I did and am doing. I think everything will be resolved. I may somewhere, some point of her character even be more tolerant due to my age, wisdom. While she needs presence and love, that's my support. If she asks, I'll say, that's it. I think we'll resolve these moments with her. I'll just be, well, more careful.
I wouldn't want you to live, you know, in such a... Can I ask about this? And now I'll get it.
No.
And if I ask this, I'll get it. I don't want your granddaughter to build you.
Well, I flared up today. Just barely managed the frying pan. Good thing I was wrong. It came in handy to feed the guys, too. So, yes, damn.
I would like to express that I observe that it's not exactly what she says, but I fear saying too much. I am uncertain whether you are afraid of saying too much or not. It seems as though you genuinely wish to listen to me. This is how I perceive it. Today I was incorrect when I flared up. However, for instance, I have a strong desire. There are broadcasts catching up. Someone there is catching up. Close friends. Relatives write to you about something. And you start raising topics that I've already closed for myself. I don't stir anything up anymore. And you're suggested to engage with me. It seems that everyone will have their own version of the truth. I am not going to refute it anymore. God willing. As it was, so it shall remain. I am genuinely prepared to listen and truly hear each other, to discuss everything right here and now. Yes, well, just don't stir and don't try either, you know, to somehow say, okay, differently. Don't try to make me the main stirrer. Don't try to make it so, for God's sake.
Okay, so today's lesson topic, Turgenev, fathers and sons. Here's Igor. We all know what a good grandson he is. I really care for my grandmother.
And even somewhere I disagree with her, I can pretend that because you put a frying pan on your head in such a situation. Using my grandma as an example, with all the love and respect for her, she wasn't always so caring and meticulous about the details of my life, but due to her age, she kind of realized that there's such a value, and now she's playing some kind of excessive care. You just need to understand, first of all, the most important thing, being an adult, and Katya is such, that people over 70 are already like children. We had a conversation today regarding this matter, that they can be a little capricious in some areas, and they are very sensitive in others, and this should be approached with understanding. Igor, well, as you express it, I also got tense, and now there's not 70 yet. No, I didn't say that. I'm saying in principle that already at an age. However, I want to emphasize that Natalia Mikhailovna is very active, very lively. It doesn't concern her at all. And there's just that moment they didn't live through together. And agree, how many situations in the world where, for example, that child didn't have parents, but there's that person, grandma or grandpa, whom they're insanely happy with. So, Katya, you really need to appreciate what you have. Girls, please find common...
I can't watch my friend who is dying in the literal sense of the word. How many times do I need to repeat to you not to insult people?
He can be a...
Igor, I'm telling you, she reacts like that on purpose.
You're afraid of competition. You're afraid of competition.
Oh, it's not considered like that. She misses me, you understand, because after all, I now spend more time with my woman.
The girl firstly lies. I say, here I am a man, come on, start educating, and does nothing. There.
And put this together, and put that together. I don't need this junk at all. I try to do it, and she doesn't like anything. Nothing suits her. Everything is wrong for her.
What is the reason or purpose for you
Why are
being
you
in this
shouting
particular
now?
situation or state at the present moment?
When I now listen to what Katya says, it's as if she has some kind of jealousy. God forbid Katya isn't supported, but Grandma is supported and understood more. And generally, perhaps, what Katya said truly resonates. Forgive me for bringing this up. Some broadcasts now where Katya speaks about Grandma, it's terrible. It's so wrong, ugly, and disrespectful.
Katya, something just... I want to respond already. Try to respond.
I don't know when this misunderstanding with Alina will end. We have nothing but negative opinions about each other. I lived with this person, I know better. And for some reason, I also heard unflattering evaluative judgments about your family, Alina. Why are you lying now? Here's my father sitting.
Why are you
deceiving
lying yourself?
Now? Elena,
I could
don't
never
deceive.
in my
I
entire
never
life
deceive.
argue
I do
with
not
my
deceive.
parents, as there was
And it
always
has always
some lack
been
of
like this.
understanding. It was
My
broadcasted,
first task,
but I would
I
never
mentioned
again say
that my
to turn
mother
on
is
them,
electronic.
they are
Please
somewhat like that.
repeatedly
Turn
call
off the
your
man,
father,
so there is no need
as
to
it
invent
is
how Marilla is
necessary.
sitting. It's
If the
just not the right place
situation
to
is
sit.
not familiar
Because if
to
I am
me,
not supposed to
when there
support
is
you,
no
if-
need to be a hypocrite, if you live exactly the same way as
What
I
you
do.
write is nice.
Indeed, the things you say to Grandma are terrible. If I, for instance, start, you somehow clearly see that I am wrong. All right, please, close the topic. I'm not interested. That's it, I'm not interested.
Katya. But now the respected Riff is curious about what the daughter said.
If you have no opinion, then just to try to judge me. But most importantly, you would just judge people. You talk about all this yourself. You live this life yourself. And you tell me that I am unable to offer you support,
When you write that
which
I
is
can't
quite
support
troubling.
you, the situation doesn't look very good right now.
May I?
Can you imagine sitting in before main spot, and there's a broadcast where the cat did something, and how you talk to Grandma, well...
Condemn? I'm with you to know how you talk to your parents. Do you understand? And the second point,
Don't know.
you
So
don't
what's
know,
the
so what's the difference?
When there are such situations...
Talking to you,
yes,
you think
I
the same about
situation is appropriate
relationships.
word.
So you talk about how much I worry about Grandma being here. Grandma will be pitied and supported here. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about how it can be twisted in her favor. I just don't tell what happened, you understand? And when we all sit here pitying, and sometimes I'm afraid to say too much, God forbid, because she is the guardian of my brother. Of course, I'm a trashy piece of crap. Well, of course. I want to think about why this happened. So you speak and say, what am I? Speak. So I'm out of breath. Basically, what can be said? Can I say, do you know why I have such an attitude towards myself?
Father
Why?
arrived.
Wait, let me speak. Don't interfere.
It's not
My place.
So for some reason, even when I argued with you, I always tried to show empathy and put myself in your place and think, I understand why Alina is like that, due to certain circumstances. But for some reason, you don't have...
I have to support
I have
you.
to say that I
think
worry
can
about
make
you. I think I can make moments. You're template and primitive, honey, sorry.
It's Elena Rakimova's opinion that
Because
detaches
it's the
you
most
the
such
most.
thing. When Alina talks about family, you understand everyone grew up. Family is the most sacred topic. Who grew up how? Who has what grievances? And Elena screams the loudest. God forbid, God forbid. She sat herself, shared some circumstances in private. but now she runs to judge me.
What are you doing? Look, what are you even talking about? I don't know what you did then. You should sit on every situation for me. Joking? You scream the most here. I didn't insult you now. Didn't say anything bad to you. For you to give such a reaction now.
Do you know what's wild, for example? Do you know what's wild for me? When you live with your man, Alina, and then say, yes, his mom was a drinker, and his whole family are drinkers. What kind of genetics does he have? You said he has genetics. The whole family are drinkers. She has a dad. She's trying to recover. Talk to her about it. Says, it would be okay if Uncle Arif told me, and not when Alina is sitting here. She periodically criticizes her own family. I will say this.
With
Whenever
her,
you wish,
when
I
you
have not
walk,
been
I didn't
critical.
criticize anything.
When I feel
when I'm
uneasy,
uncomfortable, I talk about it.
How long
can this be
continue?
tolerated? I'll tell you now. Say,
Alina.
this
Stop
isn't
with the
mocking.
lies. Enough
It's
with the
nonsense.
deception.
You won't
I'm
speak to
telling
me
you,
like
do
this.
you understand?
I still need to talk. Tell someone, I say, you won't speak to me like this. Once more. So, I was correct in my opinion. She affected you deeply. I was right. So, indeed, I was correct.
Down. Natalia Mikhailovna, I want to tell you, you don't need to adjust to anyone. I don't have parents, honestly. Katya, not to say much, is just behaving like a spoiled child now. And all the people who say, I had such and such relationships with my parents in childhood, people after 20 years meet their mother and father and begin to love and appreciate them normally. When you were in pain and suffering, only your father was by your side.
I refuse
I'll stay
to
here with
remain
Dad.
seated
She was
here.
with Dad. You more than anyone. No, well, she
She
was
was
with Dad
there,
and she was
Katya.
nearby, Katya. Well, give her.
Well, keep telling your tales. You don't know anything and don't want to listen to me. It's easier to bury me.
I'm leaving.
Katya, are you okay now, Katya? This is your leave.
Falsehoods.
What? She was crying. When Katya screams, we don't know
And
something.
what are we
What is
talking
Natalia
about?
talking about?
I don't even know. You see, I don't even know what. I was like a second mother. This is utterly wild to me.
There's just a vast chasm between you and Katya.
I can't understand what's happening with Katya.
Let's pause here. The
Lord,
topic
it's
is
unclear.
extremely complex, and it ended in an unattractive manner. Unattractive. I don't even know what to advise in this situation, except patience to you, Natalia Mikhailovna. Children, grandchildren, in any case, are needed more than older adults. But adults should be wiser and strive to comprehend this young, sometimes annoying blood. Because once our elders are elders.
Igor Grigoriev and Katya Kvashnikova quarreled in the morning over the working air conditioner. Alexei Bezus commented on the situation, which angered Katya. Katya, careful, there's an AC.
I want to ask a question. What? Well, really, you see I'm on edge. Why are you doing this?
What does it
It's
mean?
funny. Well, it's not funny.
In the afternoon, Katya and Igor made up. And Alexei Bezus has his own opinion about Ekaterina's behavior.
I can't bear to watch my friend who is perishing in the literal sense of the word, because he indeed argued today. He saw that Katya is kind of openly spitting on the relationship because he comes tired, she drives him crazy. What does Katya do throughout the relationship? Nothing, except that Igor gets mad. So Katya even does it so artificially. She knows that Igor and I have a warm relationship, and that Igor doesn't allow her to talk to me rudely. Today she approaches me and says, Lesha, you know, you want to start a conflict between us on purpose?
First of all, I said a different phrase.
You wanted me to mirror and tell you so that Igor and I would sort it out later, but I didn't do it.
Wait,
because
no,
I
I'm
respect
with
my
you.
friend. Wait.
Look, I kind of talked to you today. You know that you talk like, well, provoke on purpose. You provoke. Watch who argues. I say, can I ask you not to do that? Well, you understand that? You understand what I'm talking about? But nevertheless, you have such a manner. I can't forbid you to breathe on the project. I told my girlfriend she's wrong about this. I say, if you warn, say that that's it. I'm about to explode, and the person doesn't hear you. Then I can step in. How many times do I need to repeat to you not to insult people? You can do it to him. How many times? Wait a moment, I'm with you. How many times do I need
Because
to?
I'm
sitting. How many
I
times?
won't do this anymore just for you, but he's driving me crazy.
It's all right.
It's not normal.
It's normal that you react like this to haters. He's just joking on purpose. Grandpa might be mocking.
He's
Come to me,
mocking.
I
He's
can't.
mocking. Igor, he's mocking.
You're mocking Igor. I mentioned
Go
you'll
away.
linger here somehow. Let's start over. Let's start over.
30 seconds ago. All right, I won't insult him in any way. 30 seconds pass. Go away. Listen, we have an interesting situation here. So there's Igor, there's Katya, there's a friendship with Igor, whom Katya generally, well, to put it mildly, the noise. Igor, cool. We won't leave you just like that.
Don't leave me, Katerina, telling the truth. Well, really, in many moments he provokes her on purpose, and I can't find another solution. If my girlfriend at the moment, she's an adult, can't resolve a situation where something is unclear or unpleasant with another adult. Igor, can I ask a question?
Can I ask a question, Igor? Can I ask one question?
Well,
let's go one-on-one, Igor. Let's decide. There's a witness who was in today's conversation, and we'll understand if Katya did it intentionally or accidentally. Elena and Max were sitting in the kitchen. Let them say they heard my question. I asked, aren't you cold here since the air conditioner is on? So Elena and Max, you were witnesses. Did Katya provoke me on purpose? All right, yes.
Okay, yes, I'm crazy, and I just have such a reaction to you for no reason. I just have such a reaction.
Do you specifically want to talk to Igor?
Again, a special case, because when the cameras are off, he tells me something else. He says, I believe you so much. Also special.
Do you also think Bezos is a hypocrite? Well, wait, my girlfriend says he's a hypocrite. Says one thing, likes it. We like him like that. And if he can say something about his worries, Igor said he agreed with her. If he says he has some worries, either heating up the situation or he doesn't like his behavior, he can say it without insults. Can you say that?
Maybe, but I just don't understand. Well, kind of.
Joke. Let's joke together. What's the problem?
I can't, because I start having some nervous laughter. My eye twitches. I see stars in my eyes. That's how much.
Katya, now Igor. I'm just entertaining Katya. Don't apply pain to a healthy head. So Bezos is not to blame for the discord in your relationship.
He just overdoes it too much. I think he overdoes it.
Leha, I asked you, I'll leave, so I don't want to call from Novosibirsk.
I'm the least of all ages.
Her reaction is unclear to me, and sometimes your behavior is unclear to me. Honestly, it's starting to... Son, don't swear. Something harsh to make me swear. You have no one to joke with. Do you want us to fight?
Swear, we were just
I'm not
sitting,
happy with you.
joking
Words
now.
or hold back. If you don't want us to fight, that's it. I'm just now... Okay.
I'm not watching the air conditioner.
That's the trick. He deliberately breaks all your rules. Leha, look, there's our relationship, there's your sense of humor, which we all accept. But honestly admit that there are moments where you kind of, we're friends, comrades. You are aware that I have a positive attitude towards you. I'm a person of integrity. I'm uncertain about how to handle the current situation. I sincerely hope that you will simply understand me. Please do not throw onions at me.
She halted because you were enraged and intended to incite math against us. That was her intention.
When he enters the kitchen, and this ever so slowly, this gradually approaches and begins to open his mouth, and this toxic substance flows in my direction, I
turn around, don't finish listening, and shoot out. And I just don't
Do you hear?
respond. Yes,
Can you do
indeed.
it? Brother, you approached me and struck with your hands.
I will soon start to think that they are playing games.
Was it really true? It's not normal.
It's abnormal. Elena and I had conflicts. We resolved everything a long time ago. We agreed long ago, like normal people. And still, we might clash somewhere. But that doesn't mean Elena comes in and I can conflict with everyone here now. Look, I also make jokes about Yevanov.
Damn one. Are you mocking?
Shooting.
Seriously, I'm telling you, I joke. I also joke about Yevanov. Elena,
because
you don't react like that. You resolve the issue with you. It happens that people might not like each other. Something else might occur. You don't even need to figure it out and find out, because you see, it's very strange. Very strange.
You know what I would like to draw your attention to? It feels as though Alexei Bezos truly enjoys this confrontation with Katya. Perhaps she actually appeals to him. Maybe he's envious of Grigoriev, because Grigoriev is in a relationship and Lesha is not. In any case, as long as Grigoriev is in Novosibirsk, I assure you they'll get on your nerves.
I already sense it.
You promise him that too, right?
No, I will exit. Turn around. Andre,
I promise
observe.
it won't happen. With one person, today I express myself and that's it. With another, it's clear. In short, if people don't hear me, then I'm teaching you. I will accept him on my terms. You might get attached to the light. Do you know why?
You won't have a friend. You'll fight with him. Nor a girlfriend. You'll break up with her. That can also happen. The battle on Bremvne. Shensanya against the goddess. Once upon a time, they were friends. A black cat ran between them. What moment? Who is to blame? I want to understand. Because I am shocked that Yebarov and Elena are arguing. Yeborov says, take off the crown, you're not a goddess. And Elena says, I don't need such friends. Who wants to make the first shot? What happened?
I have nothing.
Recently, I have noticed how Ilya can express himself towards me. I respond to him. He doesn't like how I respond, and I don't like how he speaks out. I believe that if friends communicate well, are friends, then probably somehow you need to choose expressions. Be careful. Maybe somewhere you...
What did he say? Familiar hypocrite, what offended you?
Well, he repeated it affirmatively several times. You're afraid of competition. You're afraid of competition.
He believes.
Today, does he think so?
But is she afraid of competition?
I don't even want to get into it, seriously. Why did you tuck your tail and hide your head so strangely?
So
you need
what's
to
with
sort
you?
out relationships.
Does she want
let
to
them
go
sort
out or
it
not?
out. I don't want to sort out relationships with them. No,
We need to understand what happened between you. You can then not sort it out
Not sort
further.
it out further. Between me and her, as I understand it, nothing happened. Uh-huh. Regarding friendship, if my friend is wrong about something, I will never support him, and I'll tell him personally. That's what makes you interesting.
Yes.
I'm wrong about something specific, let the friend say.
Specifically, that is?
But if my friend is wrong about something and I'll kind of pat him on the head, no. And Elena, she only loves it if she's patted on the head. That won't happen. And I say the same. If I'm specifically wrong about something, she can also point it out.
Elena, I remember this
What if we don't
famous
have it?
phrase.
Only this way.
I just want to warn you. Elena once said we can be friends, but if you happen to go against me, I will bring out the goats against you in retaliation.
No, wait. Well, it can't be like that if a person is, roughly speaking, wrong about something, for example. Yes, we didn't have such conflicts now that we could bring something up. But again, it's normal when a friend says, you're really wrong here. She'll soon reveal some of your little secrets. Let her reveal. Do we have secrets? I don't know anything.
Hello, Ilya Ilyukov. Always honest with you. Whenever...
No, look, we know a lot about each other, of course, and we talk a lot about many things. Well, even if she tells something like that, well, so Elena has the wrong connection, no friendship. First, she won't tell. Secondly, because once again, I say, maybe the situation ran through. I think that she kind of considered that at some point I was in support of Tigran. But that's not true. She got jealous due to the enemy camp of tigers. I think no, she didn't get jealous. Maybe she just misses me, you know? Because after all, I now spend more time with my woman. You see, if we were together 24/7 before, jealousy not to the flow, not to the flow, but you didn't
Did you start spending more time with Elena?
Yes, but I also don't like that she constantly spends time with Maxim. What? But at the same time, I don't interfere with her and don't say, you know, like, I got it right away.
Yes,
we
can expect neither.
Extra, the reason for this.
Damn is unclear. Maxim, Lena?
Maxim and Elena, they live extra at this party.
Living doesn't prevent the guys from being friends, but no, they got up, went out. No, wait, they're not extra. But now I just see, for example, yes, at some difficult moment, for example, she needs me, Elena. Yes, like that. And at this moment, for example, I'm spending time with my girlfriend there.
You need support. I'm not saying that I support. I'm going.
Saying
and somewhere there in touch and support.
that you didn't help.
And when I...
Well, I bring this situation as an example, like, when you needed help just at that moment I was with Lena, I really didn't know the situation there with Dad, like, well, if I knew about all this, well, naturally, of course, I would also have my say in the kitchen.
Okay, let's do it this way. Maxim, what's happening between Elena and Ilya?
Does this suit you? I think neither I am satisfied with this, nor is Elena satisfied. Elena,
right? Is it true that you're still hurt by the fact that in this topic with the Albakovs, Ilya didn't support you at a certain moment? Well, she says yes, no.
Ilya and I are really friends.
and I are truly
I can really approach Ilya. Really somewhere there I poured out my soul, that I'm tired of talking about it. And when Ilya sits at the frontal and says both of them are interested in this situation, it seemed to me that I didn't want to be offended, and that Tigran wouldn't be offended.
The girl, first of all, lies. I say, here I am a man, let's start educating, and does nothing. You drew your rules, said, I would like it here like this, here like this, here like this. That Katya constantly violates them.
Put it here.
Put it together. I don't need this junk at all. I'll try to do it, and she doesn't like anything. Nothing suits her. Everything is wrong for her. Live with. What did you force here?
What did you force? You'll
No,
now
no,
and
no, no, no,
yesterday
no,
accept
no,
the
no,
rules
no,
of the
no, no,
game.
no.
Andre, I'm really very worried about this couple, about Ilya and Elena, because their story has been going on for a very long time. And even Golub herself, I think, also talked about it. Listen, Ilyuk, let's do it this way. I communicate with you well. For me, it was odd. Not sure what it is. Jokes or a joke in quotes. When Elena mentioned at the concert if I wanted something about relationships, Katya and I exchanged looks. Well, if your relationship is fine, okay. I just see Maxim is hiding something. Lena, yesterday I saw you in the kitchen with Elena. Max came out displeased. Lena seemed upset. I might be mistaken. But this moment, it feels like you and Elena are genuinely more interested in each other than with your partners. And somewhere this might not be.
Len, do you sense we're crossing a boundary with Elena or not? No. As a man and woman.
As a man and woman, not
What didn't appeal to you?
feels. Ilya doesn't sense time. If he says he'll be gone for 5 minutes, he might be gone
25.
for...
Spend it with Elena Rakimova.
No, not necessarily. He might run into the guys. That's all. My only complaint is to watch the time.
Andre, may I add, please? I know the reason. How did the relationship between Ilya and Nastya almost end? By Elena and Ilyuka going to the bath, Elena hit Ilyuka. So it turns out Nastya forbade Ilyuka from being friends. Now Ilyuka must tell Lena, Lena, I don't want to repeat the same thing in my life. I want to be friends with Elena as I wish. Also, Elena is now addressing her mistake because she was forbidden to be friends in a certain way. Today, if it happens again in the bath, that Elena steams Ilyuka like a year ago, and the guys, the haves, don't get offended and accept it, then the lesson is learned. But if we stay in place, it means, Ilyuk, you're just repeating the same story as with Nastya Gold, unfortunately. All right.
Guys, there's something to talk about. Friends, and in conclusion of our evening today, we have 2 new students in our school. This is Vika. Vika, who has already taken our hot one into circulation. And Nastya, she's in the city. She arrived to reform the guys in the city.
The girl firstly lies, I say, here I am a man, let's start educating, and does nothing. Here comes a person with a brazen lie. I've never seen such deceit, saying men are weak, I'm strong, come on, show it. It came to the point, and nothing. Therefore, I suggest sending Nastya home without voting. Not a single argument, example, act, or action.
Why should I show that this is Lesha? I can't understand why Lesha is interfering.
Show, Kirill. You didn't show me.
Kirill has a wall. I understand why this wall is there, because I really came in rudely. And now I can't break through this wall. I would like to meet the guys, maybe make some dinner for Kirill, I don't know, a surprise, something else. First break down this wall, and then we just need to get to know each other, talk. Because right now this wall, I can't break through it. Lesha doesn't fit in here at all. Lesha, I don't know what he's about.
On the beams.
Power should shout.
Nastya, look. I immediately emphasized that Vika is already sitting next to the hot one. In principle, there's nothing to discuss here yet, in the sense that maybe something is brewing with the guys there. I understand what will be discussed here tomorrow and the day after tomorrow, but you came, attacked these wonderful guys. You have the right to do so. But overall, what's next? We want to understand, why do you want to stay on the project specifically in the city?
I wish for Kirill to learn how to properly take care of girls.
Okay. Yana Fetkevich, you're closer and can see better. What do you think, Yana?
I think this apartment is too cramped for such a struggle, and Nastya is more interested in this conflict with Alexei Bezus. But I want to remind you that tomorrow Alexei's girlfriend Daria is coming to the city, and Alexei wants to do everything to keep the apartment empty. He needs to get Nastya out, so Kirill follows her, since Kirill is somewhat under Nastya's supervision here, and Nastya refuses to leave. Hence, there's this ongoing conflict between the feminine and masculine.
It's essentially a struggle for living space. Alexei Bezos is evicting from the city, making room for himself.
Today, Alexei even asked his Dasha to ensure that she managed to expel Nastya. However, Dasha couldn't do it over the phone, failed to find arguments, and kind of gave up. Therefore, Lesha is now vigorously urging the Polyana participants to listen and assist him in getting rid of Anastasia.
Waiting, unanimously decided?
Lesha really wants to unanimously kick out. Nastya, what does Kirill think? Kirill, are you giving a chance for her to get to know you guys, or are you
Or did you
supporting
support the
yourself?
tears? The person is interesting. I don't see any sense in any continuation.
Suits. Guys, what's happening with you there? She was right, you're weaklings. Well, yes, the girl didn't approach correctly. Well, yes, maybe she got worried. You know how to do this. You take care of Katya Gorina for Katya Gorina. A beautiful, worthy girl came talking. I, for example, would really like you as men to reveal her, and you really just started to get offended. Something, I don't know, there, perform. Come on, pull yourselves together a little. Use the time.
Listen, we have rules anyway. We have new faces coming. We keep them for a day, and perhaps tomorrow Alexei Bezos himself will be asking Nastya to stay. Don't switch channels. There's much more interesting stuff ahead. Thank you.
Look, you'll have a spot. It'll be opposite the bed, and you can shoot here. What kind of mirror? Small? A small mirror?
I need the light to come from that side. How will I shoot with the light there? It won't work, no.
Right now, this.
Won't work, so no. The mirror doesn't fit here.
You won't have light coming in here anyway. You have training there. Please, don't sit on the couch with shoes. It was dry cleaned, please.
Doesn't suit me like this.
How does it not suit you? I don't understand. Make a corner for you to sleep.
The
There's a
light
lamp.
shouldn't fall from behind, Maxim, into the mirror.
What mirror?
Are you saying to put a mirror here? How will I shoot? Everything reflects as if...
Hit something with him. Here's a curtain. Look, a curtain.
Here.
Why do I need a curtain?
I
It's
need
beautiful for me.
view from behind.
You don't know how it will be.
No. Here, a mirror here.
Mirror. No, Max, if a mirror... I said, look, if we put a mirror here, okay, we'll put a mirror here. But where will the project look?
Over there.
No, don't put the project there. Put it
Put the
here.
project over there.
Why put it there? Where should I put it?
I have...
Look, where should I put the project? Right on...
On the green.
Green. On the green. Why on the green if there's a couch here and
The
a white
couch
wall?
won't stand at all.
What do you mean it won't? Where will you put it?
The couch will stand like this.
Why put it like that?
I like it this way.
Go pack your things. First of all, go pack your things initially.
If you've discussed this topic, looked at the room, and you liked it, I don't understand what else could be done to refuse this room. Well, okay, let there be spots, but this can all be fixed. Cleaned.
Lei, look, I'm calling you something. In principle, well, we understood each other. I think we talked privately yesterday. Today in the kitchen, I was more than normal to you. Yes, all without pretensions. I fully comprehend that, I shouldn't impose restrictions on you, like not allowing you to breathe or walk freely. I also understand that Katya sometimes reacts, perhaps, in an overly enthusiastic manner, but like to declare everything so that I'm confident in you. Yes, in the sense that I'm supposedly going, and I won't worry that you will have any misunderstandings.
I am asking you. There will be absolutely no stories or discussions involving Katya, 100%, because I will be focusing on my own matters and won't be bothered at all. However, the question is, don't you feel that you have set your own rules, saying, I would like it this way here, this way there, and this way here, and Katya constantly violates them? Just the fact itself. Is it true?
Listen, 100%, because it doesn't even concern you. It concerns the person in general, with whom she might have a conflict. If you can't handle it, yes, for example, verbally. Well, I'm not even talking about if a person crosses the line. It's not even about that here. I'm saying, then tell me and I'll get involved. Because I, like a mother duck, can't be with you 24/7 and resolve all kinds of conflicts. You're an adult, you should do it yourself. And due to this reason, I might in some places...
Well, she doesn't do it. What do you think? Does she realize, do they realize you have simplest rules? You have the simplest requests and rules. Just say in 2 words, why do you think she doesn't do it?
Either she's lazy or she doesn't care. Or, look, you can draw a direct parallel as it happens in our relationship. I explain something to her, convey something to her. Sometimes I feel like she considers me her enemy. Well, that is, another person will say the same thing. She will hear and understand. I have that feeling. I don't understand why there's no perception. I mean, I want the best. I want to preserve our friendship, communication with you. And I want my girlfriend, you know, not to get into trouble.
Don't worry at all. Fly calmly. I won't have any showdowns with Katya at all. Don't worry at all. I give you my word. Is that all right with you? All right, then.
Let me go with her.
You know what? Perhaps you didn't even need this relocation. Somehow a lot to Max. Questions arose.
Well, what do I need? I don't want anything. I want to live femininely.
So you want to break up with Max again?
Actually, at this moment, I don't desire anything. Why? I don't want anything.
Well, what did he do to me? He brought me a wardrobe here. What did he do wrong?
Couch? I don't know what. As he likes, let him do it. I don't like how he does it. What does he do? Well, they genuinely like all this. Wardrobes, dust collectors, everything. I like minimalism, everything. Emptiness, so that it is. I don't need everything so far. I just need a mirror and nothing else. There's one wardrobe, and that's enough. I really need a bunch of wardrobes. To put this here, put that there. I don't need this junk at all. Yes.
I see that for the second day I'm carrying things myself. She's walking around talking to everyone. I've already made a remark to her. You need to sit with Yeborov, talk to everyone, but where is my assistance? Well, what? Am I alone? I understand that I'll manage, but it's the same, that I have to do everything alone.
Lay down the carpet. Lay it down here. The wall, the carpet needs to be laid.
You haven't lived here yet. What are you cleaning? That's it. I won't live here. What are you doing? Where are you taking it? Where are you taking it?
I'm taking it home where I live.
Where do you reside?
Feminine.
Communicate with your friends through... Got it? Okay. I'm really trying to do everything, and she doesn't like anything. Nothing suits her. Everything is wrong for her. I feel like an idiot. I don't need you, dude. I don't need you. I should have just rented an apartment and lived in an apartment, and not with your inadequate tantrums. Do what you want. Do what you want. Honestly. That's what I thought. That you would just drive me crazy, so that I would just leave you. Leave. I really don't understand what a person needs. Well, I smile, I joke, have fun with her, everything's fun, cool. Is she getting bored or something? She wants to have a conflict, argue. I don't understand where it's all going. I kind of love her, but where this will lead, I don't understand yet.
Just talk to Lyoka. Let me tell you, sometimes I agree with you that Lyoka can really overdo it, you know, in all this chaos. And well, I've gotten used to him. You are not required to get accustomed to or adjust to him. I explained to you quite clearly, Katya, if you can't handle the conversation, can't respond in some way, and you realize that right now, well, all this is overwhelming you, the situation is stressing you out, you feel bad or something else like your head is spinning, you just tell the person, that's it, Lyoka, stop. And if he doesn't get it, you call me, come to me, say, listen, Igor, Lyoka is bothering me, I told him. He doesn't stop. I'll handle it with him.
If this whole scenario begins where it seems like his sole purpose is to push me to the edge, he senses that I'm emotional, that it's very easy to provoke me, and it seems to give him some kind of thrill. Honestly, that's the impression I have. That's my conclusion.
That's exactly it. Look.
I'll simply step out, that's all.
think I just need to stay silent, and that's it. I'll stay here for a while. I need support, that's all. I don't want to change anything or educate anyone anymore. I still need to live a bit. I don't see. I don't want to... If we start digging, maybe we should begin from my birth, from childhood. I don't want to bring all this up to such an extent anymore. I can't,
Irina, bring it up.
No, I can respond to you. You're like, no,
I think he's the kind who knows
Irina
everything.
said the topics would be closed. He was
And why
canceled.
won't he
He'll
study
tell me
in
how I
medical
decided.
school?
He
I
didn't
don't
notice
care.
that she, and I don't care, father or not.
She's against
She's
him.
already
She writes
reconsidered
letters.
against me. She's changing. People change. Yes.
It changes.
Smooth it
Go,
out,
live with her then.
Irina. She just said some warm words about me. You would say,
Kill and
look for
save.
killing, save anything. Look for killing.
I just heard this. Damn. What's wrong with you? She says she defended me. I won't forgive her for defending you. But when she sits and says, I saw the broadcast and I've heard a lot from her. Who is she? I know me.
I wasn't there then, so... But I was clear. And I lived with her clear. I
Save
live here and
anything.
now
You-
today. Even live tomorrow.
No.
Tomorrow?
I made a rule long ago. I don't want to dig. I'm leaving. Sorry, I'm leaving. You are all friends here. Smoothly,
Here is another theater, not...
Friends.
Oh, and a lot. And I have a lot of viewers watching the broadcast. I don't care. Don't come then. Don't live with me. What are you forcing? You live here yourself. You will accept the rules of the game back.
Defends. All because I'm tired of it. I walk my own path. You don't want to talk at all. Such a world. This is still normal. Didn't you like it?
Did you like it? Well, okay. Good that it's modest. Otherwise, if it were further, it would probably be inappropriate.
You seem somewhat unjoyful by the eyes.
And what do I think? Wow, what now? What now?
What now? I'm dancing.
Well, this is already harsh. You're not joyful at all.
At all. How am I supposed to be happy about this? Well, I'm pleased.
No, it was said with such intonation. Well, cool. It'll do.
What, say overall?
Yes, not what you're going to say now. Expecting something else. Did you think I would undress right now?
Not at all.
Absolutely
No?
not.
Overall, I understand when they do it in a couple. When in a relationship, sure. You can do that, spiral rustle. But what? Really what? Why make such an impression immediately?
Now.
Like, damn, a striptease or something, like those dances. What? Well, it's quite amusing, however, I don't know. But the main thing is, okay, you didn't overdo it.
Everything's fine with my condition. Everything is okay with me. If it needs to be like this, I'll just leave. It's hard for me next to Grandma. I just feel tension.
Yes, I made an agreement.
Comrades,
What am I
apologies.
supposed to
I'm
do now?
interrupting you.
Natalia Mikhailovna, love you. Natalia Mikhailovna, don't cry. We
won't let you be offended. In this situation, I look like a deceiver. I have no grudge against Katya, honestly, just no grudge.
She's a small flower compared to me. She manages it a bit differently. The topics that were with Skalon, I could just back out and say, why do I need such issues?
Skalon, she starts presenting it to me. I say, why? I'm not talking about her.
If the girl doesn't interest you, she's unnecessary. You could easily say, or rather, you would have said yesterday.
Animation? Animation?
Well, it's all clear.
I ask her for something, just basic, like even bring me a charger. Oh, do it yourself, do it yourself. What do women need? I just can't understand.
Poor, unhappy, they didn't help me move. Well, you know where to go.
Listen,
this is
how
so
long
much
will I
crap.
listen to this crap? I don't listen.
Then there's no need to expect anything from me. I won't run after you.